just to really genuinely care about them. And I feel like just take interest in them for who they are, and they don't make them feel like they have to do things to earn their love, because that's what they do. I think girls think they have to earn their love, and they will do that because they want to be cared about and loved so badly. And don't make them feel that. Love them the way that they are. I think that's the best thing that you can do, is take them for who they are and for the person that they are. If you like that they do this or that they act this or that you think they're funny, tell them that, because they really want to hear that, because that's makes them feel good. Or if you think that they look nice today, just tell them, like, it's okay. I've found something recently that I've been thinking about just in general with people and about love, is we appreciate so many things about people, and we go around saying, wow, that's really cool that they do that, or, oh, that's awesome that they're that way. I really admire this person for this. And we never tell them. I actually was having a talk with my grandfather about it, and he was saying, man, I really appreciate your dad. And I go, that's awesome. And I go, have you told him that? I'm like, oh, he knows. And I'm like, well, I think it's something that maybe, we should just be more intentional about telling people how much they mean to us. And it's okay to tell people that, because, it's what we all want to hear. And they might not know it. We just think that they know it. But sometimes they don't realize that. So you could really, really love on somebody by just telling them what is really amazing about them and what is beautiful about them. It really can build somebody up, and they can go, wow, thank you. And it can just make them feel good inside. And if we all did that, I think it'd be really amazing. It'd be really beautiful if we were all more intentional about telling how we really feel about things. I think the way society portrays girls and women, it shows that you need to look a certain way or dress a certain way to get attention. I think that's the best word for it. It's not necessarily respect. You might be getting that attention, but it might not be good attention. It's like, oh yeah, I'd like to whatever that girl, and that's just not what's good. That's not respect at all. And girls, like, you really don't want that. I don't think that's not you being the best that you can be, and it's taking away from who you are and just like deteriorating that beauty that's inside of you. You're hiding it underneath an outfit, or underneath a dress, or underneath a persona that you pretend to be. And so I don't think by dressing that certain way, or wearing shorts or skirts that are really short, or tops that are really low, or bearing it all, is really earning you any respect. It might earn you attention, but in the end, that attention is going to fade because there's no real substance there. The way to earn a real respect from guys, and from any sort of guys, whether it be adult, whether it be people your own age, is just by being a real friend to them, and just being there to support them in what they do, and taking interest in what they like too, and getting to know them as a person, and finding out what they are like on the inside, so then they can see what you're like on the inside. And that's how you really build respect with them, is appreciating them and learning that kind of inside. The clothes and that persona just only gets you attention, which is so much different than respect. When do I think that guys are actually mature enough to, really, really genuinely care about a girl? Well, I'm not really sure exactly when. I think it's different for a lot of guys. I do, however, girls, think that it is later than you all. I know I kind of was like, oh, I really care about this person, and they're kind of like off in La La Land. I'm sorry. But but I do think it does take a little bit longer for them to actually really just genuinely care. So I promise you, if they really care and if they're worth your time, they're going to treat you with respect eventually, and come back and be your friend first, and then maybe down the road. But you don't want to rush into that anyways too much early. Just be their friend right now, because I think you'll find that's a lot more fulfilling sometimes than dating somebody. I think, but I don't know if this necessarily has to deal with the respect part of it right now, but I feel like whatever it is, whoever you are, and if you've been through that, I want you to know that it's not your fault, okay? And I know that's really hard to understand, because that was really hard for me to understand, but it is not your fault. It's not your fault. So first and foremost, always remember that, you didn't do anything to deserve that. You are not less of a person because of that. It's not your fault, and you can move forward. what I think I want to say about respecting those guys after you have somebody do that to you, it's really hard to have that respect. I know I've dealt with them firsthand, one of them that actually hurt me like that. But I think you have to realize there's a part of forgiveness, and then there's also, there are other guys, and I've learned that by just having so many really great guy friends that I've been able just to talk to and just who have been there for me. And most of my friends are guys, and if I have a question about something or want to know something, sometimes I'll ask one of them, and they're just very supportive about who I am. And I've learned those friendships are what are really teaching me that they're not all like that. Not all guys are bad. Like, they're just also misguided sometimes too. Like, we make bad choices. They might have made a bad choice, or they're way down the road struggling with a really awful issue. So that's doesn't make anything that they did right, because it's wrong. It's totally wrong. But they're also dealing with a really bad issue, and I promise you, like I said, not all of them are out to get you, and there are some ones that will genuinely care about you. But be careful, and I always say guard your heart a little bit. I've learned to do that, and it's really scary when I finally open up. I don't open up to many people so completely about some of the little issues. So guard your heart, but once you feel like you build a friendship, then you'll realize maybe I can trust this person. So don't not let them into your life if they're worth it. But as soon as you do know they might hurt you, you can turn the other way and kind of disconnect that. But if they haven't, if those guys, like good guys, I mean, that I've met through my church, or different guys that are into like volunteering or working, at different times, giving of their time, usually they have been good guys in my life, and they've become really good friends. But always have a conversation, in a public place, or get to know them, at school or whatever. But you don't need to be alone. I think that might be the biggest thing. You don't need to be alone with them. Don't put yourself in that situation all the time, because that could be bad until you really know their heart too. But I promise there are good guys there that will be your friend, and like I said, be friends first and get to know their heart. And if you know that they're genuine, then you can start sharing little bits of your heart too. I'm Coach Whitney. I'm Coach Whitney, and I coach at Brown Intermediate. I'm Coach Whitney, and I love my life.